Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Emerging Franchise Brands Podcast. I'm your host, Frank Fiume, here live at the IFA2024 National Convention, and looking forward to interviewing some folks at this year's event. I'm with John Coffey from Marsh McLennan. John, how are you?
Doing very well. Happy to be here.
Thanks. So tell me, what is Marsh McLennan?
Yeah, so we are a risk management and insurance firm specializing in franchisor and franchisee insurance programs.
Nice. Is this your first IFA?
My first IFA, yeah, first time. So, it's like drinking from a fire hose that first time. So many people.
Oh, man. What are you hoping to get out of this year's IFA?
I'm just hoping to meet great people, connect more, and talk about all things franchising.
Nice. So I talk to a lot of emerging franchisors, or really founders that are just getting started in franchising. Maybe what are some of the challenges maybe you've seen with some clients that are new to franchising?
Yeah, I think, primarily it's going to be vicarious liability, at least on the insurance side of things. When you're setting up these franchise programs and you're growing, having franchisees all over the country, balancing how something that might happen to a franchisee could also loop in the franchisor on like a lawsuit or a claim like that. So there's this thing called vicarious liability, and that kind of how do we separate the franchisor from the franchisee in a lawsuit or something like that. So that's really our focus on helping franchisor not be accountable for vicarious liability.
I founded a franchise myself 20 years ago, and I'd say probably one of the challenges, you don't even know what you don't know, right, when you're starting out and you're new to franchising.
Totally. Yeah, it's a lot of going into the weeds. Nobody wants to talk insurance till they need it, and so we just try and be that proactive consultant to help them beforehand.
John, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning into the Emerging Franchise Brands Podcast. For additional insights, guest applications, and to stay connected, visit us at efbpodcast.com. The Emerging Franchise Brands Podcast is for entertainment purposes only, and the views expressed do not necessarily represent those of Emerging Franchise Brands, its host Frank Fiume, or Emerging Franchise Group, LLC. Any discussed franchise or investment opportunity requires thorough investigation, obtaining proper disclosure documents, and expert consultation before making any investment decisions. The podcast and its host do not offer professional advice or endorsements, and they hold no responsibility for actions, representations, accuracy, or consequential damages related to the podcast content.